4:55. Peace. This is Star with the Star Blooms. It's so much moving through me right now as far as what I want to share, my desire, and how I want the message to come across. Um, I'm still working through the processes of getting beyond my channel messages being perceived as I received them. My spirit team says, as you are, others may not choose to be, or they may not desire, or they may not be required to be. And if we're waiting for other people to be able to receive us, we aren't in receipt of the thing that we are then meant to disperse. That was the word that I was looking for the other day, the desire to disperse, because that's what is happening. A long time ago, I called it Big Mama propaganda, um, because I don't want my video to. I want my video to be messed up, but um, y'all, peace. I like to thank my sign. I like to thank my angels, my guardians. I like to ask Archangel Michael that you place a protective shield around this message, around myself, around the collective, and anyone who is receiving or perceiving this message at this time. May it only find those who are in need and in a space to where they require or desire a confirmation within their spirit. I desire not to tell anyone anything other than what they've already have been processing and are now meant to perceive at a different and higher rate and a higher perspective as I have now garnered. Um, the way that my team came to me today, in every misalignment, misguidance that we are journeying ourselves through, there is a receipt for us to have, basically a lesson for us to receive that we get to learn, and a lesson worth gaining. A lesson worth gaining. My team stated the way that they pronounced it, the way that they put it in me, they dropped it in my spirit, is that we have many ladders that we will climb, that we are meant to climb. Yet we are now taking a stance on, and each step that we are taking forward is a new stance that we are taking with ourselves, with the perceived lessons that we are now standing upon, and the release. A long time ago, as I was working through being able to process different layers of grief and wanting to come to my big body stage in it, wanting to overcome it, right? Needing to be over what I felt like I didn't understand, right? And that was the miss in it. A lot of the times we recognize ourselves in wanting to perceive that we've misunderstood something, so we go towards understanding. And a lot of rates we are desiring to be over, over something, over an experience, over infatuatedly grasping, to the truth of what it is that we now desire and require. I've been taking in a lot of different people's energies and people who, it's the truth though, they're desiring that I basically speak in layman's terms, speak it to where I could catch what you dropping down. And these words that I use, I know that they're meant the way that they come out because my spirit is propelling them forward. If we all wanted to be like this copy paste version of each other, we would all basically water ourselves down to just be that, something clear, not necessarily standing out or being seen is different. And it is the differences. It is the differences that we will learn to stop misunderstanding and mislabeling in order for us to truly understand what it is that we are experiencing. A lot of times, y'all, we break our own heart based off of our desire to react and respond to interactions. If you're this person who wanted to be in this space, you felt you loved, you cared about it so much, yet you experience an event that occurs that makes you feel like it wasn't fair, makes you feel like you weren't worthy of what it is that you received. It just didn't line up to the love that you had given to this space. A lot of the times, y'all, we act out in rage. We take the feelings that we perceive and the emotions that we carry in the existence of an experience, and we respond to it because we want to match the engagement, but we aren't recognizing that our desire to mirror energy with things that are not a full representation of us is what actually caused the true pain. The get back spirit, the wanting to not feel like you're on the bottom end of a circumstance, the wanting to take your body and use your body as a response mechanism to someone else's, decision and their choosing, without actually being in a rate to where you get to fully and properly perceive what has occurred and that be our lesson. And a lot of the times we don't really have the breath, initiated, planned, partnered with us to be able to take a step, to be patient, and to allow ourselves to fully start to honor. I always say that in grief, you must honor and respect in order for you to be able to make it through the portal at the rate that your soul is truly desiring for you to do so. And when I first came out with it, the way that I had forced it down my throat, it came off so harsh. It came off so insensitive that a lot of people, even though they were able to understand maybe where I was coming from, they didn't fully perceive what I had digested in my receipt of the message. And what I recognize is that honor is something that is released through our bloodline based off of our mitochondrial DNA, our mother's line. And when you think about the mother's line, you think about all mothers. You don't think about just your biological mother. You think about her mom. Think about her mom. You think about her mom. You think about her mom. You think about her mom. And then if you sit in a rate to where you're recognizing that I now speak at a rate to where my speech is suited, my posture is actually positioning me to be able to be in the company of those energies that was energy. In order for me to be, I now get to be at a new rate with myself because I'm in this now space, and I allow myself to do that now. um it's not something that I have to basically get out of the rate of forcing, y'all.